Hello and welcome to Diva TV. My name is John Duffy and I am a writer for divadet.com. And once again, I am joined by Levi from Sportskeeda. Levi, how are you? And thank you for joining us once more.
Yeah, I'm good. Apart from I'm ready to rant now. It's a good,
yes,
but I think you're the same.
Yeah. So yeah, we've spoken beforehand. And we've got no agenda, and we're just going to jump straight into it because we're pretty pissed off, aren't we? So
yeah.
let's just dive in. Is this the worst lead-in to a pay-per-view for the Raw Women's title in the modern era?
Probably. I can't think of it. I feel like can't think of a time since like it started. That championship that it's been this bad. Like, what they're doing with Asuka, she's too good to be forgotten.
It's directionless. It's got no focus. It's got no, hardly any booking. There's obviously no kind of priority for it. The only thing I can think that was going to happen was that, and that there is rumors going around about this, is that Lacey Evans was going to win the title.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Due to interference, which would then lead to a program with Charlotte. But even that, like, no offense to Lacey Evans, but that is not gonna elevate the Raw Women's title one iota, I don't think. Yeah.
I feel like since Becky's gone, they just don't know what to do with that title, which is a shame because there's so many people who could have it. I was expecting like a Shayna, Baszler and Asuka feud.
Me too.
And I was dead excited. And then Shayna even said like, oh, when Sasha won, when she got the belt, she was even like, oh yeah, like when I want you to win it back because I want to challenge her. And I'm like, what happened? Like, what happened? She just turned into like this weird Shayna and Nia show, or Shania Payne as I like to call them now.
Yeah.
But what's going on at all?
No, it's like, and then you add in this crazy, is it real? Is it a work pregnancy angle?
I know. I didn't believe it at first, and then on Twitter she's going on about like, oh, you're setting my hormones off, and everyone's congratulating her. So I'm like, and apparently it is real.
Well, if it is,
way to do it.
Yeah, if it is, congratulations. You know, I mean, that's amazing news. But it's if it isn't, because what I'm leaning towards it being a work, as we do this video on Saturday, WWE.com is still advertising this match is going ahead, which blows my mind. But then it's flabbergasting. Because I don't even.
I can't be bothered with the women's division at the moment. I'm like, I thought you had a women's revolution a few years ago. What's happened with that? Is it not cool anymore?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's probably not cool. Yeah, I can't, because even lead up to the pregnancy angle with Charlotte and Lacey, it was just that was just beyond annoying.
It felt like a throwback to 10-15 years ago. Like it wouldn't have been out of place then, but not now. Like all the weird Ric Flair things. Like
it's almost like we've moved on from those weird kind of like storylines and things like that. So to kind of implement it now and with Charlotte is just even more confusing, because in the lead up to Charlotte's return, there was loads of stuff online saying that like she was only coming back with with a strong storyline and a strong purpose. And since she's come back, there's been no storyline, no strong storyline, and certainly no purpose. So it's
just been like they've brought her back as Asuka's mate. They've had that weird run, which was expected to lead into the Raw Women's Championship thing, and then they've thrown this weird Ric Flair and Lacey Evans. I don't know what it's meant to be. He's saying he's a trainer, and then she's not, and he's had a title.
Well,
weird.
it's very, it's uncomfortable, and
And a daughter and a husband were part of a storyline like only last year. If they forgot about that, like a daughter used to be at ringside.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. When she
picking
was
a nose, but
yeah. No, I know it's crazy. It's crazy, but like even getting back to Asuka, you know, she has had no storyline, no direction, no real contenders. Yeah, she had matches with Zelina Vega and Lana, but you know, again, no offense to them, they weren't title programs. There was no way you knew there was no threat against her. There was no way she was losing the title. So I don't know. I've got loads of stuff to say, but I can't get it out.
It's just frustrating because I feel like last year the women were carrying everything. Like I was tuning in just for the women, just to see like Asuka, Sasha, Bailey, see them do everything. And I feel like this is a bit of like a kick in the teeth for them. Like this is how they're getting paid back for it. Like you know, everything's getting a bit more like they're working towards fans and stuff. And it's not it's not.
No, it's definitely not. Like if we get into SmackDown a little bit, like fucking Reginald has got more direction and purpose than Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion. Reginald, who's meant to be, you know, obviously comedic, you know, he can go like
he's just like the wine guy, and he can like he's got more going on than a champion.
Exactly. So let's move on from the kind of shambles that is the Raw Women's division. If it's true and Lacey Evans is indeed pregnant, who do you think that we get a replacement? Do you think we see the debut of Rhea Ripley?
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah.
I was hoping Rhea Ripley would just come in and like kick everyone's head off. Like, that's what I wanted to happen. Just kind of like, pow, 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 pow. But I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like if someone replaces Lacey, it'll be Charlotte.
It's going to be the old, as the saying went, shoehorn Charlotte, isn't it? I think she's always been their kind of plug in and play and go to competitor in the women's division. So yeah, I think you're right there. It would be good to see Rhea Ripley, but then I've been speaking to other people and they might think that she's going to pop up during the tag team match.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Just want Rhea Ripley overall. Like, where is she?
I know. It's crazy. So, do you think Asuka's retaining? Do you think she's keeping hold of the belt, or do you think this is her time?
I don't know, because I really like Asuka, but then I'm like, what's the point in having this belt on her if they're not going to do anything with it? Like, I feel like Lacey would have won if that match was still on, but obviously I don't think it is going to be. So I think it depends on whoever turns up. Like they could have someone really random turning up and challenging her, or I don't know, or they might just take her off completely, which I can also see happening. But I think she will retain because it's just like a last minute thing.
Yeah. So hopefully coming out of it, we do get a bit of direction. But judging by their recent booking of the division, I've got no faith that they will. If we move on to a more structured and a more way better booked women's division, the SmackDown women's division. So last night we got to see Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler turn up again on SmackDown for Ding Dong Hello, and the fallout of that was Reginald pinning Nia Jax, and then it being announced that Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks are teaming up to take on what would you call them? Shania Payne. Taking on
that's
Shania.
my name for him.
Yeah, I like it.
I feel like they need a name, and it goes Shania Payne.
Shania Payne for the women's championship, women's tag team championships. So at least we're getting another women's match. At least we're getting to see Banks and Belair, which is never a bad thing. The only thing that kind of frustrates me though is that why does WWE only put focus on the women's tag team championships when one of the challengers has another title? Like they can.
I feel like
they can only be double champions, you know?
Yeah. I feel like they're just using the tag division to like something to push like singles feuds.
Yeah.
Like they did, like I did like Sasha Banks and Bailey with them because I feel like it meant something a bit more when they had them, but that was used to split them up. And then I feel like when Charlotte and Asuka had it, that was going to be used to split them up, but then that weird Lacey Evans and Ric Flair thing happened, so I don't know what went on there. And then I think like now with Sasha and Bianca, they're going to use it for Sasha to turn on Bianca maybe if they lose tomorrow. That's what I think anyway. Well, or if they win and they lose it later, it's going to cause a rift between them.
Well, yeah, I've got no problem with that. I think it's proper like old school booking. Like I remember, like I think they used to do it all the time on Raw, the way like The Rock and Stone Cold, or like Stone Cold and The Undertaker, they'd have a tag team match before their like big pay-per-view match, which kind
was
of
it like Shawn Michaels and John Cena? Or something, or am I just making that up? Because they were like tag champs like 2 weeks before WrestleMania, and then it was like, and then they used that for them to like kick off. I feel like they might be doing that sort of thing with Sasha and Bianca.
Yeah, because they've been too nicey for my like. I understand. It's a slow build because guess what? There's another fucking pay-per-view before WrestleMania.
Oh god.
So we're probably going to be back here in another couple of weeks saying the exact same thing. But oh god, a loss at Elimination Chamber or a win and then a loss further down the line can definitely lead to some animosity and a breakup. So I've got no problem with that. It's just because also as well we've got Lana and Naomi won a number one contenders match.
Yeah, because last night that was expected to be announced as a like replacement in case like they don't sort out anything with Asuka.
Yeah.
And then they just pulled out the Sasha and Bianca, which I like watching Sasha and Bianca, so I'm not that bothered. But I feel like they don't know what they're doing sometimes with the booking of like the tag division.
No. And then you've got on NXT, you've got Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai.
They had that little like showdown as well on NXT when they turned up. So I feel like they're gonna retain and then go into that. But like, why isn't that match on? Or like a triple threat with like the two number one contenders in there? I thought they were gonna do like an Elimination Chamber match with the tag division, which I would have really liked.
It's you know what I mean, it's proof that there is a severe lack of priority, especially for the Raw women's division right now. So which is something that, you know, hopefully will be rectified coming up to, you know, this is the road to WrestleMania. We're supposed to be buzzing. We're supposed to be
and now I'm just like, just sort something out.
And I like I've you know, it seems we're going towards Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks for the title at WrestleMania. But I would fully expect WWE to like do a mad swerve and go in a completely opposite direction, because they like what they did with the triple threat at WrestleMania with Becky, Charlotte and Ronda Rousey.
when Vince McMahon just like, Charlotte Flair, and she turned up and was part of the match. I'm like, she lost the Royal Rumble.
That was the best. That's the best Vince McMahon impression I've ever heard. So
I have practiced.
You just got to put a lot of gravel and bass in your voice, haven't you? So getting back to the purpose of the video, who do you think is leaving Elimination Chamber with the tag team championships?
I would like it to be Sasha and Bianca, but I think it's going to be in Shania. And then they're going to have that.
Yeah, that's a t-shirt. That is a definite t-shirt. So
I think WWE need to hire me to like name the tag teams, because this like we need Bailey. I've decided like Bailey and Billy Kay should be Bill Bailey.
Oh my god!
Like do like the dancing. I got too much time on my hands.
Love it. Yeah. Everyone's gone a bit crazy in lockdown.
It's like, I've got like lockdown fever.
Haven't we all? So also on SmackDown, one thing that I absolutely loved was that Sonya Deville promo, where she is just like I'm in awe of her when she comes on the screen. She is like she grabs and holds your attention.
She's so like charismatic. She's just so good. I just want to see her in the ring again. I hope that happens soon.
But I love the way that they're kind of just like slow building it. Like they could have done the Rumble thing, because one thing that she proved when she split with Mandy Rose was that she was one of the best promos not in wrestling, not just like WWE. So to keep her in like a kind of talking role, and I think that she should be elevated beyond, to a kind of on-air authority role for sure. Please.
I was thinking then, like, maybe like after WrestleMania, if she comes out to like, say if Bianca wins at WrestleMania, which I think is gonna happen, if she like steps up to challenge her or something, like she's had enough of her or something like that.
Ooh.
Like I'd love to see like a big feud for her. I love a fantasy book, but
oh, fantasy booking is one of my favorite pastimes, and then I get dead pissed off when it doesn't happen, because I think
like when everyone decided Liv Morgan was going in the Firefly Funhouse and then it didn't happen.
Yeah,
and she was like Lana's secret girlfriend.
Yeah,
that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was bizarre, wasn't it? And then they just dropped it like a bad habit, didn't they? Do you think so? Actually, you've just switched the light bulb. Do you think we're going to see Alexa Bliss at the Chamber, because she was back doing all of her spooky tricks?
Oh, yeah.
One of I can't believe they haven't done that before. When she kind of came on all of the screens, like in the Matrix. I thought that was.
She was just like that. Ooh.
Yeah, like they haven't. Like that's the first time they've kind of used the computer screens as like
because they've used them to like really black it out when she's coming on, which is good, and then they've used that. I'm like, well, that's good. Why didn't they do that before? But I feel like she might interfere in like Anne's Elimination Chamber. She'll do something then.
Yeah, because she's too good not to be used. I think she's absolutely killing it in this character. Do you?
I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one who's not dead into it.
Oh, really?
I think she's doing a good job with what she's given. So like, I think she's good at the role, but I don't like the role. I liked it at first, and then I think it's just gone a bit haywire.
Yeah,
like when she was like transforming and stuff, and she'd like when she, I think, was it just before the draft when she'd like just snap in a match and walk off and stuff. I liked that. And then this, I feel like it's just very well. I don't know. I'm not feeling it as much now, but I don't know. It could get better.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of kind of what Alexa Bliss is doing, but I get what you mean. They've obviously seen that it's working, and they've exactly what they did with the Fiend, and just like overkill.
Yeah, you know so I feel like those little bits at the start, that slow burn was dead good, and now they know people liked it. They're like, right, she's doing this, she's getting spooky, she's doing it. I'm like, let's give her a minute. Like, I'm not really keen on the playground stuff.
Yeah, it's
I like the Firefly Funhouse stuff, but I don't like the playground thing. I think it's a bit creepy little girl. Yeah.
It's a bit kind of like high school theatre as well for me,
And like the hopscotch in the ring and stuff. When it was against Nikki Cross when she just started hopscotching round, I'm like old Nikki Cross wouldn't have gone for that. Old Nikki Cross would have been like, see ya.
I love the way they just picked up that like rivalry back again a couple of weeks ago. Like, it was just like, here's a rand. Do you remember when these two were a partnership, and then now they're not, and then we haven't seen Nikki Cross for 8 weeks.
Oh, she just pops up and has a thing with Alexa, and then like, right, back off to main event, Nikki.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I know. Don't. Oh. But yeah, again, it's proof that Asuka's feud going back to the beginning. Asuka's feud with Alexa Bliss was she was played the third wheel in that as well. Like I thought that could have been I thought that could have been really good, and I kind of had a feeling that Alexa Bliss might dethrone Asuka, but
yeah,
she just
I
played.
thought they might pull that out and do like a proper feud with that, and then they just had a few weeks of it, and then it just randomly stopped.
Where there was no, I think Alexa Bliss won one match.
Yeah, and then like Randy Orton come out and like done an RKO, but he had to like basically sit on the floor to do it, which I thought was like, I don't think it was meant to be funny, but I found funny squatting to do it.
Yeah, she's only little.
She's so small.
Only ickle, isn't she? Yeah. So we could probably pick apart Raw women's division booking for hours. We'll put a pin in it there, and we'll hopefully look. Are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How more or less excited are you for Elimination Chamber?
It's like a solid 2.
Solid 2. Yeah, full on. Like I might watch it live, depending on if I've got enough like energy, or and then I'm like I might even not bother. I might just read about it the next day. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully we get an announcement or something that might perk our interest there.
Prize, but I'm not counting on it.
No, not at all. So that's our preview and predictions / rant / moan. We'll probably see you down the line for, is it Fastlane or Payback? Is it Fastlane?
I think it's Fastlane next, and then Mania.
Why is there 2 pay-per-views in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania? It's just unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. But that is a whole other. that is another Pandora's box to open. So I hope you all watch and enjoy this video. Subscribe, hit that like button, hit the notifications button. Let us know in the comments section if you agree with us, and we will see you down the road next couple of weeks. Can't remember the date, but we'll see you for the Revolution preview and predictions on March 6th. So until then, take it easy and look after yourselves. Bye.